knocked out then.
Yeah. Are you a good sleeper?
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna be knocked out.
So the biggest thing
Sure,
is
you're gonna love it.
the biggest thing is waking up refreshed.
Yuma Clinical Trials, how's it going? Thank you so much. We're featuring another awesome business in Yuma, O2 Recovery LLC. We're gonna actually have them on Dr. Joe's show as well for like a full hour-long deep dive into the science. We'll nerd out on some of the benefits. We're here with the owner, Omar. He's been one of our neighbors at Yuma Clinical Trials for a while, so we're gonna get into some of the stuff they do. We have some studies right now at Yuma Clinical Trials. We have asthma, COPD, depression, panic disorder, weight loss, and we always have other stuff. So check in with us, yumaclinicaltrials.com, or text me personally, 949-415-6256. We always have trials that pay you guys cash. So let us know if you're interested. With that being said, Omar, thanks for coming on.
Man, thank you for having me.
It's been a long time in the making. Like, we've both been busy. When did you move in here?
We were just talking about it on March 1st, I believe.
So, like, wow, not even like 2-3 months?
About 2 months. We started 2 weeks in. So
wow. And you've already built up a pretty good clientele.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, it's been going great. We've been doing a lot. We've been getting a lot of patients. It's just there's a big umbrella under this treatment. So there's a lot of people that need the treatment for different stuff. I didn't think it was going to go this well.
Yeah. Hyperbaric chamber red light therapy.
Yeah. So I try to go the least invasive I could do, non-invasive. We're not going to touch anybody. We're not going to massage anybody. That's not our thing. Our thing is
that's next door.
Yeah, that's next door with the therapy next door. But that's basically it. And how I got into it, it's a whole different ballgame too. So.
Well, maybe we'll get into how you got into it. First, let's start with what the critics would say. Like, oh, Omar, there's a reason why there's not a business like that in Yuma. They told me the same thing. Mm-hmm. There's a reason there's not that in Yuma. And then when I came out here, I'm like, yeah, it's actually like a good market for this. I'm sure you got those people messaging you, telling you that.
There's always that one person or two that call and say, hey, how does that work? Does it even work? It's just oxygen. It's just air. I'm like, it is. But I found myself that I needed a little bit of this stuff. I was looking for therapy. I researched it. I ended up in the hospital 4 times in less than 2 months. I ended up in the hospital. That's how I got into this. And
what happened?
So there's a couple of times my wife want to say I fainted. I didn't faint. I literally found myself on the ground and I got lightheaded. I could see everything, hear everything, but I couldn't move. So my wife started taking my oxygen, checking my oxygen. My oxygen was real low. Call 911. Matter of minutes. By the time the ambulance made it there, I was better. I was feeling better. Got up, got in the shower. I'm like, no, don't. I was afraid.
Vasovagal?
Was it
vasovagal?
No, they couldn't figure it out. They tested me for that. My mom suffers from MS as well. Okay. So I thought it was MS perhaps because like I said, I was awake. I was coherent. I could hear. I could see. I couldn't talk and I couldn't move anything. So.
And they still don't know what that was?
No. They started, oh, you need to go see a specialist, this and that, whatever. So that happened around August, and then here comes December. This past December happened to me again.
Wow.
And then the 25th ended up in the hospital for 4 days. That go around, I ended up with a gallbladder. They ended up removing it. Ended up 4 days in the hospital on actually Christmas Day. So I had plenty of time to research it, and I started getting into it. And
so you just were looking for a solution for yourself at that point.
Yes. So
what were you Googling, like fainting and?
Well, I started Googling oxygen because when I got in the hospital on the 25th of December, the first thing they said, and my wife was listening, and she actually said, "Hey, check his oxygen," and my oxygen was super low. Like I don't want to say a number because a lot of people are gonna. Like you said, people will, you should have been dead.
Like in the 60s?
And no, it was lower. So
Lower than
Yeah,
that?
so-
Like less, for those watching, like less than 90, you should be in the hospital.
Yes. So
Wow.
that was happening to me before, but I didn't think anything of it because I was able to manage. I was fine.
Yeah.
But they worry me because they're doctors and they know what they're talking about, obviously. So I started getting worried, and then I started looking it up. And every time I looked it up, the hyperbaric chambers kept popping up.
That kept being a solution.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
so my uncle is a doctor, my wife's uncle, and he used to do hyperbaric in Mexico. So he had throw that at me too, and he told me, dude, just like look into this. Okay. I ignored it like any other guy, right?
Yeah.
So I kept looking into it, and the third time it happened, ended up in the hospital again. I'm like, you know what? I'm calling this guy. So I called a doctor who was promoting it, and I talked to him about it, and he asked me a couple questions: stress, anxiety, depression, all that stuff, and of course, all of that I was, a great candidate for, I guess. And I also with the sleep, could not sleep. I slept 4 hours and interrupted. I woke up every 30 to 45 minutes throughout those 4 hours, and I was ready to go to work. So of course that is part of stress, part of the depression, part of everything that I had going on. So when I talked to him, he basically talked to me into these, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, maybe I'll do it. And then I started, the more I thought about it, then it happened to me again. I'm like, I'm definitely doing it this time around. But that was like maybe 3 weeks apart, right? So I went ahead and I talked to the guy and I told him, okay, let's do this. Like, you know what? He's like, why don't you do business? Start a business. That way, it's a lot of money. At least you invested in, okay, this is what I did, he said. And he told me his story. I was like, all right. I'm like, all right, okay. And at the time, I'm still doing it. I do talks with veterans. I'm a veteran myself, so we do group talks, and we kind of talk to each other and try to better ourselves. And I brought it up, and that's why I got into these prices and trying to help out the veterans. With these last couple of years, everybody just talks bad about the police officers and this and that, and so I want to help all of them too. So I started doing the pricing, and I'm like, this is what I would do until, I don't know. I guess I woke up the next day and I'm buying these. I called the guy and told him, hey, this is what I want to do.
So you bought these machines.
I just bought the machines, yeah.
And these are not cheap.
They're not.
Like, what are we looking at?
Like a couple arguments with the wife, and then when she realized they arrived, there was another argument. Where are you going to put them? And I'm like, well, I don't know, but we need to find a place to start this.
You can't just, I guess you can dedicate a whole bedroom to.
Yeah, you could. It's just.
You got serious about this fast then.
It was quick, yes. This is the thing. One of my good friends, best friends, passed away not too long ago. And he left a family, kids, a business he started.
Wow.
We talked about, me and you, we should open a business on top of our fishing trips and everything. And the one night we were going to discuss the rest of the year with our biggest fishing things, fishing trips we're going to do. He didn't ever made it home. So instead, he ended up passing away in a car accident.
Wow.
Then I ended up in the hospital 2 years later, like I did. And I'm like, you know what? Life is full of surprises. I don't want to surprise my kids or my family. So
yeah.
I figured, you know what? I got to make something happen. I'm going to show my kids that anything's possible. So I just took the risk and I bought them, and I did. That's what I'm going to do.
How many do you do personally, like a week of these?
Sessions myself. I try to stay within, right now, I try to stay within 1 or 2 a week. That's what I'm doing, just for maintenance for myself. But when I started, funny story, when I started, the doctor that sold these to me had me on, we talked and everything, and he told me, dude, he's like, how do you sleep? And I was like this. I told him what my issues were. He's like, well, I only sleep 4 hours like this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I interrupted. Yes. All right. So I start here, and I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. On Wednesday, I called the doctor. Doc, what's up, man? He's like, easy. What's going on, Omar? I'm still sleeping 4 hours a night. What's going on, man? Did you lie to me? He's like, Omar, did you wake up last night at all on your 4 hours of sleep? And I'm like, no. Okay, bye. And he hang up on me. Then I realized, oh, there it is. So come Thursday, the same week, Thursday, I did it again. Friday, so that's 5 sessions. I kid you not. Friday night, I went to bed around 9:30ish. I woke up at 7:30, refresh, like I slept for 20 hours. I woke up and I was ready to go. So that's when I first started saying, oh my God, this works. Stress, all that money I put into this that my wife was stressing about and everything, I didn't feel any of that stress. Gone. So I was like,
just from a session or 2 a week.
Just from a session or 2 a week. I mean, I ended up doing 5. Again, I was desperate.
Yeah.
And I saw it work for me, and I'm like, you know what? We need to let everybody know. And that's why if you see my flyers or you see my videos, it's 20% off for the veterans, 20% off for law enforcement.
That's really
and
good.
For any medical staff.
The frontline workers that need it, and the veterans that served like yourself. Yeah. Thank you for that, by the way.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So this is like in Yuma, there is no other hyperbaric therapy. You have to go to Tucson or Phoenix.
Yeah, a lot of Tucson, a lot of people in Phoenix. And once I started bringing it out, some people were asking me, hey, I go to Phoenix to do this. Actually, I have a couple. They were here today. They used to go all the way down to Nogales to get it done. Elderly couple. And they were traveling once a week all the way over there to pay.
Once a week?
Yes. To pay $20 or $30 more a session. Plus their lodging and everything, because they would do it once or twice on that 1 week and then come back. And I'm like,
so there's enough of a market in Yuma for this.
It helps tremendously on all kinds of areas. Like I said, From stress, there's people, anti-swelling. We had the patient today. Poor guy, he had an accident. He had I don't know how many surgeries. And he showed up and he was on a walker and everything. And he saw us on the internet. So he went and saw his doctor in Tucson. His Tucson looked up if there was any hyperbaric chambers in Yuma, found me, and automatically looked
amazing. Me. And you must have a website and it hasn't been up that long yet.
It hasn't. It's been up for a month.
So your business is brand new.
Brand new, yes.
Well, congrats on doing it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm seeing some of the. So there's hyperbaric, which you guys are gonna see if we have time. May get in there. You do red light therapy too, which I think is super interesting. Can you explain just a little bit overview of the red light?
I'll give you a little bit of both. Again, the hyperbaric therapy, these chambers right here help a lot with the circulation. It's basically statutory. It's filling you up with oxygen, and that oxygen in your body we're doing maybe 33% times 6 more oxygen. You're breathing in 100%, 98 to 100% oxygen while you're in there under pressure. So all that oxygen that's coming in your body is already shrinking because it's under pressure, just like any other gas. So of course, your body's taking all that. Your body's getting saturated with oxygen, and all your cells, everything that needs from oxygen, it's actually getting more oxygen than what it gets usually. Like right now, you're breathing 21% oxygen. You're in there 98 at under pressure. So you're times 6 on oxygen while you're in there.
Do your patients get tired in there?
Some of them, not necessarily tired. They get relaxed. So
when they come out, you feel totally different?
They do. Some of them feel relaxed. Yeah. And then going to the red light, I normally do a combo. It's not cheating and I'm trying to trick anybody. But when you do one of these hours, a session in hyperbaric, and then you go in to do a 20, 30-minute session on the red light, you're not going to want to get up that bed. You're out. And that happens a lot. And it's okay if you snore. It happens a lot. They end up being so relaxed that they end up taking a big nap.
Wow. Yeah. So you guys are used to this now. People are just falling asleep in here.
Yes.
And what are some of the conditions people come for? You said like sports related, muscle related.
Yes. Lately we've been seeing a lot of people that had or cancer survivors,
Yeah.
and they had issues with I want to say circulation, because that's probably what happened to this lady. We had an elderly lady. She came in and she had breast cancer. She ended up losing both. Been several months. She was cancer free, but when she was receiving her medication, she started losing mobility on her hand. And every time she tried to move it, it hurt. It was very painful. She did 1.5 hours in there. We gave her an hour and a half in there. She did an hour. We told her if she was okay with another half hour, I would like to give her another half hour. And she stayed in there. She came out, moving her hand and hugging my wife.
She was not able to do any
She was
of that.
not able to do that, and she had months. I give me goosebumps just from thinking about it. And
So people like that, I mean, that's like a life-changing, like quality of life at
for
least.
them, yes.
For them. Do they come, I imagine you repeat clients.
They do, yes. So she did 3 sessions, and then she had to travel. And it's not recommended to do it 24 hours before you get in a plane. So
really?
basically, when you get in there, that's probably what you feel. So if anybody's questioning or asking how it feels to be in there, it's just like being in a plane. You're gonna need to pop your ears or yawn, whatever you need to do just to pop your ears. And that's basically how it feels like. On top of that, you're breathing in oxygen. So the oxygen sometimes feel a little bit dry on your nostrils. A little bit of pressure. It shouldn't hurt. And a little bit of pressure, and that's about it.
We have a girl that works for us. She's got terrible allergies. I'm wondering if this would help.
It could help her.
Yeah.
As long as when she does come in, she doesn't have any type of congestion on her
She's like
sinus.
constantly congested.
Yeah, see. So we would need to check on her and make sure she comes in one of her clear days, and then we can put her in there. And do it. I just had one of the guys at work. He was telling me that he has one, and the times he still does it with the congestion. No,
He has his own machine.
he has his own machine, but he needed it because he had a very tough life. And he had a lot of issues, a lot of surgeries and everything. He's basically a walking miracle, but he does that as a routine on his days off, and he goes in it. Again, they purchased it. The machine, they got it. He told me the whole story about it, and his parents kind of acquired it, and he's been doing it since. And he's a firm believer about it. He called me today. He told me, dude, he's like, where you at? Like, I can't believe you're actually doing this. I mean, because this is so big, and he's from Tucson, so it's so big over there. This would save my life, basically. And I'm like, well, we have it, so. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to save anybody's life or say, hey, this is, but
this is why we need businesses like you in Yuma. Like, Yuma's big enough now to where you shouldn't have to drive 3 hours to get, to do a clinical trial, to get in a hyperbaric chamber. I mean, I like, as a small business owner myself, to see these kind of things in Yuma.
Yeah. I have people coming from Mexico.
Yeah,
San Luis, just to come and get these.
Because I would imagine in Mexicali, maybe, or is it
There's
too expensive?
there's some in Mexicali. Yeah. Now I think in Mexico, Mexicali, and other things, I'm right there with their prices.
Okay.
So,
so again, competitive with a.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I can't give it away because I still got to pay for them.
Of course.
But
we got rent here. We both got rent.
Yeah, we got to take care of that as well. But it's great once you get into it and you commit to it. Like I said, I had a patient comes in. She did 10 sessions, and she did for anxiety. She couldn't drive. She had to wear gloves. She had to put big old visors. She couldn't drive.
So for anxiety.
And ever since she's been coming here after the 5th one, she's like, no gloves. She's okay. Wow. She's singing while she's driving.
Now, have you noticed, like, let's say people like that, or if there's been any research, we'll probably go a deep dive on Dr. Joe's show. It's lasting, or you have to keep doing it?
So it lasts. I have one of my guys that comes in. He's a good friend of mine, and he did it because he couldn't sleep as well. He had pains in his back, it was more tension than anything. He was stressed out from work. And after his fourth session, he's been doing great. He doesn't wake up in the middle of the night anymore. Same with, he had PTSD. He's military, so
Wow.
He's doing great right now. He's sleeping throughout, no interruptions. I'd throw him on the red light as well. He does the red light. He enjoys that too. He's one of my guys that snores, but he loves it. Really relaxed. We put his kid in there. He's in the spectrum, and his kid did great as well. He did 2 sessions, and the kid stopped waking up. He was one of the causes why he would wake up in the middle of the night and go check on him. He slept right through.
So sleep is clearly one of the benefits.
Clearly one of the biggest benefits that I see, and that people come back and see me for the stress.
We got to get, before the Dr. Joe show, we got to go deep into the research on this stuff. I know they've done research on it. I'm not familiar with it yet, but I will get into it, and we'll do like a full hour.
Yeah.
But congrats on your success, like brand new business. You're buying, I heard, another machine.
I'm thinking of buying another one.
expanding.
Yes, I want to. Everybody likes the vertical because everybody can sit in it. I get, like I said, I have all kinds. My mom has MS.
Like sit like we are right now?
Yes,
or?
just like we're sitting right now. You can sit inside of it. My mom has MS. She comes in with a walker sometimes, so she has a hard time. So that's way better for her to go in than this one that we have to lay down, or we can recline as well in there. But for her to get up from there,
it's easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's necessary, and you're expanding to bigger space. So,
yeah.
Man, everybody, if you're watching, this is how you get a hold of Omar. Okay, and so they have an Instagram. You'll have it underneath, and then the phone number is 928-546-9484, and it's cool. I'm gonna check it out. We have another patient coming in.
Yeah,
too,
we
so
do. And
I don't want to be disruptive, but we'll do a part 2 with Dr. Joe.
Definitely.
We'll go a deep dive like for a full hour on this stuff.
Before you go, though, I want to put you in that one so you can check it out.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right.
I'm down.
All right.
Thank you, Omar.
You're welcome, man. We're here for you.
I don't think I have restful sleep, but I sleep no matter what.
All right. So a lot of the guys that done it for that have talked about having dreams. They hadn't had dreams.
Vivid dreams.
Shoes
off or?
They have, yes, I'll put these on for
Okay.
you. They haven't had dreams in years. So that's talking about how, your REMs, dude, you're sleeping great.
Yeah.
If you're having a dream, that means you're non-interrupted, you're getting great sleep, and you're resting. So, you ready?
You did this for yourself, which is
I started
no
this for
test on
myself, yeah.
Anything else?
So again, you're gonna feel a little pressure. Whenever you feel that little pressure, go ahead and pop your ears just like if you've been in a plane.
Okay.
Okay? Now this right here, you know how to put this on?
Nah,
So you put, here, let me step in there. Can you hold this for me?
Yeah.
All right. I'll put this on your ear and your nose, and then I'm gonna go around your ears, okay?
Okay.
You gonna feel it in there? Go around your ears. Tighten this up. Look over your chin. There you go. All right. So now we are working on our oxygen. It's going up. You're gonna feel the oxygen. Now you got good oxygen going in, okay?
All right. Bye.
You got about 98 to 100% oxygen going
Feeling
in
great.
there. Power on. 1. If you need anything, this is how we're gonna communicate. You press right here, you talk, and then you let go.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
One small step for man.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you.
So I only had one person that said that they were getting claustrophobic, and she had done 3 sessions already. But it was more like a little panicky attack because she got hot in there.
I'm doing good, Daniel.
Discúlpeme, es
One
que
small
estamos
step for
haciendo
man,
una promoción y
one giant leap
están haciendo un
for
video.
research.
No, Alejandra, ella está...
So it's the oxygen.
Yeah.
You're getting so much oxygen under pressure. It's like instant once it's under pressure.
Yeah.
And you're gonna feel a little bit. Then it's gonna kind of neutralize. How's your ear, bro?
Good. Normally, like when I fly or when I drive, the ears like usually pop. Like in the plane, they get stuck a lot.
Okay.
Like even when I do the whole thing, like they get stuck. Here, I was able to get rid of it.
Okay, because
it's relatively easy.
So this is like I was telling him, it's like going underwater 10 feet. That's why they call these dives.
Oh, all right.
So that's why, excuse me, on your side it's negative, and on my side it's positive.
Yeah.
Because you're going on, supposedly it's like underwater pressure. That's what they compare it to.
Only 10 feet?
Only 10 feet.
Wow. Imagine scuba divers, man.
Oh no, bro. So this is 1.3. I wanted to get at 1.5, which is the equivalent. This is 4.4 psi.
Yeah.
That's as far as you get.
Yeah.
But that already right there is giving you 33% more oxygen times 6.
Yeah.
So if you the more compression, the more oxygen goes into your body. So this right here, that's why they say this is therapeutic, because you're getting the maximum or the minimum of something that can go a lot bigger and a lot bigger. So, but it works great.
Yeah.
You got 45 minutes.
Dude, thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem. But those 45 minutes for a lot, they do 30-minute sessions here, dude, with the other place.
Yeah.
Anything works, anything's good, but it's not enough.
To get like the full benefit, you need like an hour, no?
Yes. So I do hours and up.
You even do more of them.
You can do up to 3 hours if you want. You can do two 2 hours a day.
Wow.
if you wanted to or if you needed to.
Yeah.
Let's say
a day.
Yes. So you can do in the morning, you can do in the afternoon. And that's gonna saturate your body with oxygen. Once you get your body saturated and used to this, then we spread them out, depending of what you're treating. If it's a chronic deal, then we're gonna do more in a shorter amount of time and then extend it. We're gonna do 40, 60 sessions, depending on what you're treating.
Wow.
Like for my mom needs to do 5. If she can do 5 hours to an hour and a half for 1 week, 2 weeks, let's say, and then we can spread it out. But my mom needs, because she's got the beginning of dementia. She just got diagnosed last week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, bro. My dad just died in February from it.
Oh,
so for her and for the MS, she needs to do 3 times a week for 60 sessions. 40 to 60 sessions.
What would it do, like for her, for the pain, or you think
can
it would
slow
get,
down.
like, the movement?
You slow down dementia, and you slow down MS. Why? Because you're working on circulation. So now we got more oxygen throughout your body, hitting all those nerves that are starting to malfunction and start doing other stuff that it shouldn't be doing. Right? So that's how we get that slowing down. And all that. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is just research I do on the.
They can do for the research.